And next, we have yet another one that's been kind of bubbling up here and there on social media. Dark, what do you have for us?
Boob. Um,
All the boobs.
yeah,
Lunar slop nonsense,
I've
dude.
got Reiwa no Dara-san, which
Yeah, something that will never
it's
catch
like
up in the Netto. So,
Dara-san of Reiwa, but it's also like abbreviated to like lazy Reiwa. Um,
okay.
because I believe like Dara is like slang for like lazy around or something, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, da stuff like that. Just being
Yeah.
like,
But yeah, so this is a manga original. This is being done by Asahi Production. Um, yeah, they're also taking up what is it, the smoking behind the convenience store or whatever series too.
oh,
So
okay.
this one was definitely slightly left behind in a way. Um, however, I think it's pretty decent. So I'm not even gonna bother with the mall synopsis because I don't even know what they're doing with it. But regardless, the series starts with like a landslide and storm happening that takes down a fence and a shrine on a mountain, on like a mountain village, and these two youngsters wind up siblings wind up exploring the mountain and going past the fence, and they encounter Dara-san, which is her full name is Madara Yamatagi, and she's a evil-ish like misfortune spirit slash former Miko that was killed and then turned into like a mountain god slash curse bringer type thing. Um, and yeah, so it sets it up with like the grandfather being like, hey, like don't go in the mountains. There's a freaky spirit up there that'll get you.
Oh no.
Um, yeah, and so then the series just kind of turns into the two siblings of Misagiya Kaoru, the blonde, and Misagiya Hinata. Just kind of hanging out and talking to Dada-san and learning more about Dada-san's past. There's a lot of like flashbacks of when Dada-san was like murdered by her family and turning into like the curse and with like the cursed serpent mixing with like that spirit effectively to become the like half serpent, half Miko type look. And then getting into like some of her powers, some of the other history of the villages and the mountains and stuff. So it isn't just all weird slice of life, like goofy shenanigans stuff. But there has been a good amount of that too. Where, like them bringing colas to Dada-san or different clothes and stuff like that. And just her learning more about the current state of the world now that she's basically been what do you call it? After like the landslide, even though the village tried to like rebuild the shrine and everything, it hasn't actually like held her back as strong, and she's also changing in some way uh, as
So
a spirit.
can I ask questions? Can I ask two questions? First, is this essentially, you know how in the recent years we've gotten a bunch of series that's like an elf fall travels or like ends up in, I don't know, modern day Japan, and then learns about Japan's many things or whatever, or it's like
Yeah, yeah.
we had like Edogawa elf. Is it like similar to that?
So a
First of
little
all,
bit. It's a little bit
yeah.
like that. It's not
And
like
the
too
second of
much. There's
all,
usually only
how
like one or
Edogawa
two
is it?
bits per episode. It seems of that.
Okay.
Not like it is fairly brief with things like that. This series has
How
honestly, I would say there's a little bit more of a focus on just them kind of shooting the shit,
mhm.
and also with Dada-san like reminiscing about the past and having some minor flashbacks of the village's past, along with the
Mhm.
narrator taking it through it, and then some of it is Dada-san watching over the siblings. the other gimmick of the series
Is
too.
it episodic? Is this episodic or
Yeah,
what?
yeah. So there's only 2 out right now, but I would say it's like it's fairly episodic. I mean, there's a decent amount of like carry through and like whether it be bits or encounters from the prior episode from 1 to 2.
Hmm.
The one of the other ongoing bits is that the oldest son is actually Kaoru the blonde, Kaoru Misogia, and then the Hinata Misogia, the brown-haired individual, is the sister. So that's like another like cross-dressing type gimmick they're
Okay.
going with, because which I will say like fully cross-dressing, because there is a lot of Kaoru being like interested in being like, you know, heterosexual. Um
Mhm.
and there's a lot of whoa. There's a lot of like them interacting with other characters. Like that's not it doesn't really focus too much on the like cross-dressing aspects overall, other than to use it for like a short bit with confusing Dara-san, and also have like some like pseudo trivia with Kaoru, because what is it? Dara-san brings up the fact that, you know, back in the old days, the oldest son, they would actually have the oldest son cross dress in order to like confuse different mountain spirits. And then that's how like Kaoru's
Mhm.
gender is introduced to Dara-san. So
Oh,
like that
okay,
was used as
okay.
like a comedic shtick, and also being like, yeah, that actually hasn't changed effectively. Though I don't think that it's implied. I think it is implied that it's not actually like a full practice. It is just like Kaoru himself preferring that, and same with Hinata. The other bit is that obviously this is also a as of right now, it's like a light smut series, where the main like smut
Mhm.
coming in is there's just like a significant amount of you know, breast shots of Dara-san, and like,
There's a lot of boob jokes
yeah,
in
a
this
lot of
series.
boob, a lot of nipple,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
a lot of nipple shots of Dara-san. So
Is that allowed, Dark? This is the Reiwa era. Is that supposed to be part
yeah,
of the joke? Get it? Because he's from a different time?
yeah. Not sure, but yeah. So that's like another big shtick of it, and also them getting like different clothes and stuff for her and everything. At least so
Mm.
far. And yeah, and then so far, like, there's been a supporting cast and stuff of other like weird characters that have their own quirks. I'm not really sure what else to say so far as the actual happenings of the show itself. It's pretty fun. It's solid. It's a good little slice of life romp.
So is most of the comedy kind of based towards, is it like slapstick? Is it like some sort of like weird like etchy kind of thing? Or are they just
Um,
doing like back and forth like manzai, like book it kind of dialogue based kind of manzai kind of thing? What's happening there?
yeah, there's some like back and forth dialogue stuff. There's definitely like some more like slapsticky type things, or more so misunderstandings and whatnot as well, of Data-san encountering like other characters, especially the second episode, just kind of like, you know, appear judging by appearances, and then characters turning out to be like completely different by nature. There's a
Cool.
decent amount of I guess like comedy with, there's some comedy with like the ecchi type stuff with it, but it's not really I wouldn't say there's a lot of like comedic aspects to that. Um,
I mean, it's also
but
not
so
really
far
like
it's been pretty
it's not really
chill.
like an etchy show. It's more kind of just like the mangaka is like, yeah, I mean, she's got her tits out, right?
Yeah, look at these boobs. Yeah, I don't really know how far that gets to, because I would say the other important thing to get into right now is there have been there's at least one chapter, which was the second episode, that the author had released what would you call it, like an R18 chapter of that was unpublished. Because it was like unpublishable. I'm not gonna get into what happens, but it is just straight up like an H chapter at that point.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Um,
it's one of she's one of those authors, right? Where it's like, does he actually write, or does he actually draw full H like Edo like manga? Do you know?
yes, yes. So the author
Okay, okay,
is
okay.
how do you,
So it's like it's a little bit more closer to something like a Makenki, right? Or like even something, I guess Shokugeki no Soma is almost no, well, I guess Shokugeki no Soma doesn't have that much smut, but it's like Makenki would be probably the closest, right? Where it's like the author also draws H manga and stuff like that.
yeah.
So
So yeah, and it which was pretty interesting. Like that was a pretty funny thing to find out. Because there's at least that one chapter which I thought was pretty funny, and then to see, and then there was also just straight up he has straight up just drawn like full on like H mangas of like dojins of uh what is it of like Dara-san and Kauder,
oh, that's fun.
and has
And
and has just been like, prefaced it with being like, yeah, this is
it's like
non-canon.
a what if?
This
Yeah,
is
this
all
is a what if.
non-canon. This has no actual like bearing on the series, but here I'm just drawing like fucking H dojins right now of my own
Yeah, yeah,
characters.
yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly.
which I think is fun. I think that's a fun little gimmick to get into.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. And then overall, I think the art has been fun. I think it's been decent style. I think as far as the audio visuals of the show itself, I think they're fine. They're pretty serviceable. There's nothing that would stand out as like bad to me, but there's nothing that's been
Mhm.
like crazy either. So I think it gets the job done for the type of series that it's trying to be. I will say, I think a lot of the manga art, I think I appreciate a bit more. I think there's been like a lot of fun covers too, but I don't hate it either. What they did with the anime.
Okay.
I guess I can get into the voice cast too. The voice cast is pretty fun. Kaudu in particular is being done by a relative newcomer because she has not had a ton of main roles. I would say probably one of her most notable main roles would have been as the like youngest brother in the Yuzuki siblings, where it was all of the
Oh,
brothers
Yusuke
living.
Sanchi. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yusuke.
yeah. So I'd say that's like one of her biggest roles, and then also the pink girl from Milky Subway.
Mhm.
So, and yeah, she really doesn't have that many. I don't know if she's. I guess maybe she's the voice of this character. Maybe she does a decent amount of other like gaming voices, because she is Hanaoka Yuzu in Blue Archive. So I would imagine maybe that carries over to other like game role stuff. But as far as like anime roles, her biggest anime role overall was just as one of the mains from what was this? Is this the heroine, the losing heroines? Is that what it was? Yeah, too many losing
Amy.
heroines. Yeah, she's just one of the
Mhm, mhm.
girls from that, and that was like her
Oh,
biggest
okay,
main
okay,
role.
okay. I
And then
see, I
other than
see, I
that,
see.
like even
Okay.
even beyond that, as far as anime go, her career only goes back to like 2024 anyway, as like supporting characters,
Mhm.
very small supporting characters. So there is that. But I think she does a good job. Karu has like a more nasally-ish voice, and it's definitely not something new for her, but it's been an enjoyable performance.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, and then Hinata is who definitely is a little bit more notable. Most notable main character in Shu from Guilty Crown. You know,
Wow.
um, but no, it's also Yui in Yuri Yuri. So
Oh, okay, okay,
Pretty-
okay, 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 okay. I
pretty
see.
big. Was it? Oh yeah, and also Yui and Yushiki. So and amongst
Oh,
like a
okay,
ton
okay.
of other roles. So yeah,
Mhm.
and she is
So a little bit
doing
more
a
tomboyish role.
yeah, and she is obviously for Hinata doing a very like tomboyish voice. And then
Mhm.
we have what is it? Dara-san is being done by Mutsumi Tamura. Um, I guess like recently would probably be best known for Kobayashi from Kobayashi-san, amongst like
Okay,
a ton
okay,
of other
okay. I
characters,
see.
and I believe the young voices for a lot of characters listed for her part as well.
Mhm.
But also what do you call it? Kanamori Sayaka in Eizouken. So you can kind of get the
Oh,
gist
okay,
of like
okay.
what more
Yeah, 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 yeah.
older, more like mature voice he's doing there.
Right, 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 right.
And yeah, that's like kind of the main. Um, and overall, that's been good. The music's good. Like the background tracks. The opening and ED are pretty cute. I don't think they're particularly anything like super right home about, but the opening is cute enough just because it's all of the uh, VAs doing like a CV voice opening song
Mhm.
called Da 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 Da
Like
Dancing.
they're singing as
Yeah,
their
yeah,
kind of
as their
character. Yeah.
characters. Yeah, so
Cast.
so that's been fun. And then Hinata Boko by Reiri as the and it's been fine. Like the visuals, I don't think are anything like particularly to write home about. I don't think they're gonna win
Yeah.
any
You know,
award.
you know, I apologize for the tangent, and I don't want this to go into like a full like spiral necessarily. But you know what that you mentioning that the opening was done by the voice actresses singing in their characters' voices. One thing that I thought of was one thing that I was suddenly reminded of was if if we were going to get an English dub for Infinite Stratos with all of, like the different accents, the nationality like accents or whatever, right? If you guys remember, um, Dark might not know this, but essentially, or not might not have watched Infinite Stratos, but essentially, they had an English dub for Infinite Stratos, and Infinite
Mm.
Stratos had all the girls come from like different nations, different countries, right? So for the English dub, they had the different girls doing all of the different like accents, right, in from their nationalities.
But was
Like
it
the
good,
French girl would
Spire?
have,
I don't think it was pretty good, but
No, it's not.
I mean, I
but
guess I
I was
tried,
like,
right?
if they were gonna at least do that, then I wanted there to be an English version of the ending where all the because
Bro.
the ending was essentially all of the girls were singing, all of the voice actresses were singing. Um, the ending. I want an English version of that ending where all of the girls are singing in their accents. At
Spire,
least they could have
there's
given
only
that to
one
us.
person currently who can do that, and they did. Is she in the series? Let me ask. Dark, is
Mhm.
Sally Amaki in the series?
No, no.
No,
Fortunately,
No, no,
so
no.
Sally Amaki is the only one who can do both
no.
English and Japanese.
Sugita and
Bro, the only person that can speak both
Hayami
languages on the
Saudi are
planet.
both playing minor
Don't,
supporting characters.
don't you remember? Don't you remember? And was it Tomo-chan? Tomo-chan is a girl. She did both English and Japanese. But did they
Yeah,
pay her for both? Is the question.
probably not.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably not. But yeah, sorry for the tangent. But yeah, overall, pretty solid. Then I think obviously there's the material stuffs, but overall, pretty solid package. You would say?
Yeah, yeah. I would say it's pretty solid. It's I don't know. It's probably not gonna be like one of my favorite series, um, but I think it's pretty solid. If you're looking for just like a again like a very laid back, chill series with like light smut, light etchy. I think this is
It's
definitely one to consider.
some
Yeah,
boobs,
boob.
some
Want to see
bazongers.
some
Yeah.
boob?
Nia, have you noticed, Nia? You're the only odd one out. All of us have old series come to life in the modern age, but what about you, Nia? technically Dark counts because
Um,
she's coming to the Reiwa era,
Yes,
the Net
he
current era.
Nier has a series that was originally broadcasted
mine's
in
like a
like year
modern
3050. It's like
mine's like a
it's like
modern classic, so it kind of counts.
no, no, no,
Bam.
no. Nier literally brought a series back from the future, like
Yeah.
a series that aliens will be watching like
That's true.
2000
That's
years
true.
from now, and then brought it back for us. So you'll see.
Damn, man.
But
Yeah.
It's the recursion here. You went all the way around to the future and back. Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's actually in the theme then.
But yeah, anyways, back to we'll cover it in a bit. But yeah, Dark.
Yeah, in
Do
a
you want to
second.
give
Yeah,
us a overall impression?
yeah. Like I said, you know, I would say I would give this probably like a 6.5, something around there as my ball rating, which is what it is
Yeah.
on ball, 6.65.
Yeah,
I don't
pretty
think
good
there's
rating
anything like
for something a
particularly.
series like this. To be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because it's not like not amazing or anything, but it's fun
Mhm.
enough. So
Yeah. Okay. Again, thank you, Dark, for helping to cover this series. Again, this is Reiwa no Dara-san or Dara-san no Reiwa, a little bit more of a smut adjacent series. Episodic kind of, I want to say, pretty decent watch through if you just want to kind of like a lighthearted series, episodic, just comedy based around mainly. Hey, this girl kind of landed in modern Japan, and now she has to kind of figure out stuff. But then it also has bazonkers, all boobas. So if you want that sort of mix, please do check it out.